I promised you guys a hair dyeing vlog, so that's what we're gonna do today. I look insane right now because I actually have cosplay makeup on. So you're getting what you get. You're getting what you get. Anyway, we are going to do a hair dyeing vlog today. It has been quite a long time since I have walked you through what I do for my hair, but it is literally the same thing every single time. But I thought we could chat while I do my hair because it does take some time. So I am going to do the bleaching part right now. This is tonight. I am going to go ahead and get the bleach done tonight, and then tomorrow I am going to put the color in because it usually is a 2-day process for me, just because nobody likes to dye their hair. Let's be so real. We love having dyed hair, but we don't love the process of actually putting it on. It's not fun. So anyway, this is the bleach that I get. I usually get this one from the store / usually just Walmart, but this one is a lift up. It's by like this brand Kiss. I don't know if it's the same as the nail people, but it turns your hair kind of into this color, which, not gonna lie, my hair is very, very white. I have been trying to postpone the hair dyeing just a little bit because, one, I have been doing a lot of cosplays, but also hair growth. Been trying to grow her out a little bit more. Before, I usually go for about 2 inches. That's probably about 2 inches eyeballing. So we're just gonna go ahead and get into it, and I'm going to yap to you as I do this. Always have some little gloves. I love that they provide you with gloves because you don't want bleach on your hands. That is a big no-no. So let's go ahead and get those out. Next, let's see. Most people probably used instructions. I don't. I've been doing this for over a decade. Actually, it'll be a decade. Not even over a decade. It'll be a decade in the start of 2026. Sure was a phase, wasn't it? Anyway, we're going to put the powder into this little container that it provides you. I'm going to rip this away from my face. Try not to get the powder on my hands. And pour. I don't want to get too close to that. Okay, next we have the developer. I probably don't need to shake it, but I'm going to shake it anyway. That scared me. It made a noise. And then we're just going to glug it on in there. Glug it on in there. Yes. Okay. Let's try to get as much as I possibly can because my hair is very grown out. Try to get all of that in there. Smack it on the side. Smack it on the side. Also, I apologize in advance because this video is probably not going to have a whole lot of editing. I'm probably just going to be like yapping and doing stuff. I'm not going to lie. It's probably not going to be the best. Also, I hate this. I hate this. This is the one that I like. I hate this. I hate this. I want this. I don't like the angle. I want this. So we're gonna go ahead and mix it all up. And we'll start the process. I would say, honestly, for me, I think each session is probably about 10 to 15 minutes. It doesn't feel like 10 to 15 minutes. It definitely feels like it takes a lot longer to put it on. But I do notice that when I usually do this, I watch like a YouTube video or something. I'm not watching a YouTube video today. I'm talking with you today. But I notice usually it takes me about 10 to 15 minutes to put the hair dye or the bleach on. But I'm going to make sure this is very mixed. Very mixed. Yeah, I like this one the best. Again, it's that like Kiss brand. I like it because, one, it's not like a blue bleach, and 2, there is no smell. Like, this is the best one. It's still gonna burn because it's bleach, but like, at least it doesn't smell. Okay, here we go. And usually, I'm gonna be so real with you, I forgot to do this. Usually I buy some sort of hair oil. So like maybe like some tea tree oil, or like if you like a little bit of a cold burn, maybe a peppermint or something. Tea tree kind of also does, or like just any kind of like hair oil. Usually, I'm gonna actually use this for once. I'm gonna use this. But usually I would buy like a hair oil. But if you can't see, my hair is already pretty oily. I would love to have some more oil in it, but I forgot to buy that. So I would highly recommend getting some sort of oil for your hair. Just so you guys know, before we really get into the meat here, I am not a professional. I feel like it's very obvious that I am not a professional, but I do feel like I need to say that, because if you don't, you know how the internet is. So clarification right off the bat, I am not someone who is a professional. I have just been doing this on my own for a very long time because it's cheaper than going to a salon. And fun fact, I actually really wanted to go to a salon. I always wanted to go to a salon and get my hair done because I would always see these cute kawaii influencers, and they would be going to salons getting their hair done. And I was like, wow, your hair is so nice. It's not patchy or anything. I'm gonna be so real. My hair does sometimes come out in patches, but I think a big part of that is also just the fact that it's pink. Because, God, I'm not gonna lie, if you want pastel hair, you're gonna really want, I like crazy right here, oh my God. You're gonna really want it. If you want pastel hair, you had better really want it. Or if you want pink hair, you had better really want it, because God, does it take a lot. It takes a lot of time and energy and resources to keep it looking pink and well kept. I know a lot of people make jokes and stuff because oh, you've been dyeing your hair for years, can't wait till it falls out. Genuinely, that was something that people said to me in high school all the time, because I did have friends so maybe this is a reason, but I did have friends who bleached their hair as well, and their hair, I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just literally telling you how it was, because they didn't take care of their hair. They absolutely ruined their hair because they didn't take care of it. Their hair was so crusty. People would make fun of me and loop me in with them because oh, your hair is gonna look like their hair too if you don't quit dyeing it. And I'm not saying my hair is nice. I'm not saying it's perfect by any means, because it's not. But I do take good care of my hair, and my friends used to bleach their hair. It felt like every month they would come in with a new color, a split down the middle, dye black and then a color, or just change it. Oh, it's burning now. Just some sort of change. Every single month they would change their hair color, and that's not good. I'm gonna be so real, especially because some of my friends were insane, and they would dye their hair, half of it would be black or something with let's say a big blue, a dark blue or something, maybe an aqua blue we'll say, and basically they would have these really dark colors in their hair and then try to bleach it out after a month, and you can't get that out easily, especially a black color. It's so much harder to get out than pastel colors. That's a lot more damage. And so I'm not gonna lie, they also did not do any hair care as well. And if you are going to have dyed hair, you have got to take care of it. You have got to. Whether that is just doing hair mask, or I do mask, I take vitamins, hair, nails, skin vitamins, I usually use the Hask shampoo and conditioner because I like the tea tree oil. I think that does help my scalp a lot, and it feels nice. I like it. I like the cold burn. But I would definitely say get some not super cheap I'm trying to think and do this at the same time. I would get some like not super cheap stuff, like conditioner, shampoo, maybe even a hair mask or something, because you're gonna want to like take care of it. You have got to take care of it. And that is a lesson that I was implemented in when I started doing my hair, because like if you haven't heard the story, I will tell you the story now. Also, I'm very tired because I just did a dance cover. I'll talk about that in a minute. But my mom did not want me to dye my hair. Like I always, as a kid, I was like, I'm gonna dye my hair, and she's like, no, you're not. Sorry, Mom. But like the thing is, my mom also used to dye her hair when she was a teenager, and she's like, I absolutely ruined my hair with bleach. You are not going to ruin your hair with bleach. Because my mom, she was like, you know, like I grew up in a family where they were very conservative, and especially with like my mom being the only girl and low-key a little bit rebellious girl, they were like, well, you're not doing anything like getting tattoos, piercings, dyeing your hair. You're not doing any of that. And so my mom would do it herself. Pierced her own ears, dyed her own hair, you know, like she was a little bit of a rebel. And so she literally, not gonna lie, she would ruin her hair because she would bleach it. She would also use that sun and stuff. And she's like, I would just like ruin my hair because I didn't know what I was doing. And she's like, I do not want you to do that. So for the longest time, we had quarrels about it because I was like, I'm not gonna ruin my hair. And she's like, you're not gonna get your hair done unless you actually go somewhere and get it done. So for the longest time, imagine being like 14, maybe I was 13. I was 13 because I'm gonna be 23 soon. 10 years. But like, my mom was like, you can get your hair done if you go somewhere, but good luck being 13 because I'm not gonna pay for it. Like, you have a job, I'm not gonna pay for it. And so I was like, I'll just do it myself. And she's like, no, you're not. Even though like I studied up, and to be fair, I did study up. I studied a lot of videos on YouTube because I was like, I don't care if it looks funky at first. I want to have pink hair. It's what I want. It has been my dream since I was a kid. Like all the characters growing up I loved, like Pinkie Pie, Starfire, Princess Bubblegum. I needed to look like them, and so again, we had this quarrel and stuff, but eventually she's like, okay, you know what? I think it was my grandpa actually as well who like convinced her. He was like, just let her do it. He's like, I should have just like let you have your little like, you know, phase. Your little phase when you were a teenager. I should have just let you have your phase, and then maybe you wouldn't have ruined your hair so much. And like, you know, maybe if I wasn't as strict with you, then like, you know, maybe you would have, you know, like not ruined your hair or whatever. But like, anyway, my mom was like, okay, I will let you dye your hair, and I will dye your hair for you, just so you can get it out of your system. 10 years later, mother. I do it myself. I need to restart my camera. Okay, that is this side done. You can kind of see it turning the blonde up here. But anyway, yeah, it was definitely my mom and my religious grandpa who was like, yes, we will let you dye your hair just to get this phase done with you. 10 years later, the phase is not gone. And I'm not gonna lie, they absolutely thought it was a phase, like absolutely 100%. Like we still talk about it to this day, and even my grandpa is like, I look insane. He was like, I really did not think that you were going to keep the hair for 10 years just about. And I'm like, well, I told you I really wanted to do it since I was a kid. You think I'm gonna just like quit now? You think I'm just gonna quit now or something? Like what? But anyway, I was gonna say something, I forgot. But yeah, basically, my mom, like I'm not gonna lie, I'll say this, my family do like my hair. Like, they do. Like, my mom is like, I do really like your hair. And that's the big thing. That's what I remember now. My mom was like, because we talk about this because I'm very close with my mother, but she has said to me, she's like, I really like your hair. I think it's super cute. I think your style is super cute and I really love it. She's like, I was just so afraid that you would not keep up with your hair and you would ruin it. But she's like, to be fair, you are pretty responsible. And so she's like, you know, like, I like your style. I think it's very cute. I was just so worried that you would not take care of your hair. And I was like, girl. Oh, I took care of it all right. But, like, this is a conversation that we did have the other day, kind of moving away from, like, just, like, hair and stuff now. But, like, we had this conversation because me and my mom, we do this thing sometimes where we will go and we'll, like, get some food or something, and we'll just, like, sit, the two of us, and, like, eat, watch some TV on, like, her tablet and stuff in the kitchen. And, because my mom works from home now and the rest of my family go physically into work, and so she's usually home with me, but sometimes we'll get food and we'll watch stuff on YouTube, usually like funny TikToks on like YouTube and stuff. And so anyway, there was this video of this like little boy who was like faking being sick going to school, and my mom was like, that is so you. And I was like, I'm slaying this, but she was like, that is so you. And I was like, what do you mean that is so me? And she's like, you used to like pretend to be sick all the time going to school. And I did. I did, which did actually not help me because I do have some actual health things. Like I have IBSM, and I do have to call out of certain events and stuff, whether that is like family events or friend events or stuff. Like I do have to like say like, hey, I can't come to this. And like, for a while, I'm not gonna lie, I think that kind of led to a lot of people like thinking, is she faking? But like, no, I actually did. Like when I was in school, I actually did like fake a lot of my stuff because I just didn't want to go to school some days, you know? Like, I would just get so like, I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't even say burnout. I would just get bored. Like, I don't know if you guys have the same high school experience as me, but I was so bored in school. It was the most boring thing in the world. Cause like, I'm not gonna lie, I had a really good work ethic in school that I don't possess anymore as an adult. I wish I could work like I used to. But when I was in high school, I thought I was gonna do something with my life. And so I was like, I thought I was gonna go into something like medical field or something. I didn't. And I was like in all these AP classes, honor classes. I had a really high GPA. I had like the 6th or 7th highest GPA in the school. Like I did a lot of classwork, and like a lot of it is that I did the work while I was still in school. And while everyone else was talking to their friends and goofing off at the end of the day, I was trying as hard as I could to get my work for the day done so that I could, you know, go home and take a nap because I didn't sleep at night because I just couldn't. I had really bad anxiety for some reason. But anyway, that's a whole nother story that I finally did get figured out. But anyway, I just really wanted to like not have to take anything home, so I would work so hard at school. And there were days where like we didn't do anything. I would get all my stuff done early in the week, and so towards the end of the week I didn't have anything to do in school. I didn't have a single ounce of schoolwork to do. I would sit there and read or draw, and I was just so bored. I was like, I could be accomplishing so much if I was home. Like, if I was home, I could be doing so much. So sometimes, like, when I didn't have anything to do, I would, like, you know, try to, like, fake being sick or something and, like, use my sick days. Because in school, you have sick days. Like, in high school, you had, like, at least for my school, you had 5 days per semester. So in total for a full year, you could take 10 sick days. And if I had sick days, you might as well use them. If you have them, you better use them or you're gonna lose them, you know? Like, I'm so sorry, but like I did have a friend who she was like, oh yeah, I pride myself on the fact that I don't use any of my sick days. I don't use any of those. And I'm like, if you don't use them, you lose them. Like, I don't know if that's a pride thing, but like, you know, for me, No. No. Like for me, I'm gonna use them, and I would like stay home, I would get like laundry done, maybe cosplay, something fun or something, play some games, whatnot, you know, like I would try to make the most of my time. But anyway, you know, childhood stories, it seems. But yeah, my mom was like, you're just a diligent kid. She's like, I knew what you were doing. I knew you weren't sick or anything. She's like, you came home with straight A's, and I never had any problems out of you. So I was like, you know what? If you want to not go to school, then like, you know, you've proven that, you know, you can, you know, take care of your school stuff by yourself. My mom's like, I'm just glad I never had to like micromanage you with schoolwork, like how she had to be micromanaged. So you're welcome, Mom. You're welcome. But yeah, that was the whole reason that she didn't want me to dye my hair, is because she was so afraid that I wouldn't take care of it because she didn't take care of hers. And now look at me. Very thorough. Very thorough. Elsa who? She could never. Elsa could never. The only hard part I have here is like really trying to like get the back of my head. It's so hard to get the back of my head, and it's burning. Also, I don't know how long you're supposed to leave bleaching, but I really don't leave bleaching for that long. I think I leave it in for like 10 minutes before I'm washing it out. Like as long as it is all like covered and there's no like brown, we taking a shower and we getting this stuff out, because I don't like for it to sit on my scalp, because I do have a very sensitive scalp and it's kind of like getting me right here. But yeah, I can talk about my cosplay stuff. I just got out of a cosplay. I just did my Maki Nishikino Darling Dance cover. So if you're like, what's with the makeup, Em? That is what is with the makeup. I got out of it. I took a big nap today because I had a really bad headache this morning. So I took a really big nap. And I woke up and had an energy drink because I'm like, I have stuff I have to get done today. I can't just like lay in the bed all day. So I got up and I started getting my cosplay stuff done. And now I'm bleaching my hair because I'm like, you know what? I'm not tired yet. It's 10 p.m. I'm not tired. And I just need to bite the bullet and do this, get it done. Because if not, I will put this off. I will put this off until I absolutely have to do it. And then I force myself to do it as fast as I can to get it done. And I'm just trying to put this anywhere that I can see might need it, because I have a little bit left over. And yeah, that's pretty much the dyeing process. So again, I'm gonna let this sit for about 10 minutes and we're gonna get in the shower. I need to take a shower anyway because the cosplay made me hot and smelly probably. I don't think I'm smelly, but I feel smelly. Gotta itch the head, you know, gotta really rub this stuff in. Gotta really rub it in. Okay, here we go. Rub it in. Get a good itching too. It feels so good to itch it into your scalp, oh my god. If only it didn't itch, it would be so, ooh, bald. If only it didn't itch, but thank God I have my good stuff, which this is the stuff that I use for my hair. This is the Hass stuff. It is burning so bad. I'm probably gonna go ahead and get started and wash this out, but this has tea tree oil and it's so good. It feels so good after doing all this. So I'm gonna go wash this out now. New hair dye is open. So it's been about, I would say maybe a day or two. I did not dye my hair right after bleaching it because I got a little sicky. I needed some time to sleep, but yes. This is the scalp. My hair's a little greasy, as you can tell. I want it to be a little bit greasy whenever I do the hair bleaching. But yes, I am very blonde now. So that's fun. Again, I would love to have some hair oil, just don't have any. But if you can get some hair oil before you do your hair, especially bleaching, that would be great, because this is pretty much gonna act as like a hair mask now, because I wear this on my head for like maybe an hour. Sometimes I put in some peppermint, but again, I don't have any peppermint that is meant for like the skin right now. The only peppermint that I have is for like diffusers, which you probably definitely should not put on your skin. But again, I do use this Hask tea tree oil shampoo conditioner. I'm using the conditioner, so that is going to make your scalp feel really good. So I really do recommend getting something that has some sort of oil in it, because it makes your scalp feel so nice, especially when you're going to wear this for like an hour. But anyway, just so you guys know, this is the dye that I use. This is Electric Paradise by, just make sure I got that right, Electric Paradise by Arctic Fox. I love this dye. Usually I get the bigger bottles, but I don't know what it is. I cannot find my hair dye anymore. I'm having such a hard time finding this hair dye. I have went to the store. Usually I will go to like Ulta, or I'll go to even Hot Topic, because we don't really have a Sally's where I live. It's very far away, so I don't often go to Sally's. But anyway, I'm gonna start pouring. But I have went everywhere to try to find it. I've even turned to like Amazon, which I try not to turn to Amazon, but I still can't find it. And on Amazon, I found 2 little ones. I can't find the big one anywhere. Like, whoever has decided that they are going to use my hair dye, stop it. I have been using this one, at least, this hair dye, for probably like, I want to say maybe 6 years. I have been using this one for a very long time, but I think I'm going to have to put the full first bottle of this into this tub here. Yeah, I think we're going to have to use a full one. I feel like that's usually how it goes. When I bleach my hair, I'm smacking it in there. When I bleach my hair for the first time, you know, like blonde roots and stuff, I feel like I usually use half of a bottle. This is taking forever to get this all out. I think I've got all that I can out. Sometimes also, if I have some, I will use a little bit of the Arctic Fox Virgin Pink, which is definitely more of a purpley pink color. And if you want the orangey tone that I have, maybe not use that one, or at least use it a little bit. I do actually, in the like fall and winter, add a little bit more, because it does make my hair a little less bright. But I don't have any, so we're not gonna be using that today. Gosh, it's hard to get this one out. There we go. Oh my goodness. Try to get a lot in here, because you're gonna need a lot. Like, you're gonna need a lot of hair dye, a lot of gobble goop potion over here. You're gonna need a lot. It's gonna take a lot. It takes a lot more dye than I initially think when I do my hair. After bleaching, you think it doesn't take that much, but especially because I've just bleached my hair, it takes a lot more, because it doesn't want to settle. Also, I used to use a toner on my hair, but I find that like this type of bleach that I use actually gets my hair more white. It doesn't look super brassy, so I really love that brand. But sometimes I'm like, yes, I could have used a toner, because the roots are going to be a little bit more of a like brassy kind of pink at times, but genuinely, I feel like it's a waste of time because it doesn't always work, and I'm just not going to do it. So anyway, I'm not using toner. It's too much, too expensive. Anyway, I probably need to put on a different shirt. Trying to get as much goopy as I can, because it's going to take a lot. It's definitely not going to dye my roots as quickly as the ends of my hair, because these are, you know, they've been through the ringer, and this is like virgin hair that's been bleached up here. But we're going to go ahead and get right into it. Yes, there we go. I'm not gonna lie, my scalp has been through the ringer. I have a very, very sensitive scalp, and so whenever I do bleach my hair, I take a lot of precaution. I get a lot of stuff that is going to be good for my hair, like the oil and stuff. Try to get some good shampoo and conditioner that's gonna really moisturize my scalp. I've just always had a really sensitive scalp for some reason. Also, doing my hair, realized that like the hairline is so weird because my hair goes like this and then kind of like a Z here. Ew, what is this? What are you doing? But like, you learn about your hairline apparently whenever you bleach your hair. But yeah, the scalp has been through a ringer. Like, I can't even do it. Like, I feel like most people are able to like put their hair up in, like, for example, like a ponytail or something, and it, maybe it gets uncomfortable a little bit throughout the day, but like I just can't. Like, sometimes I'll put my hair up for a video because it, like, you'll see that for like maybe 20-30 minutes, but like, oh my god. When I used to work retail, I went in one day and I had my hair styled in this really nice high ponytail. It looked so pretty. I took it out within an hour of getting to work that day. I just cannot. My scalp is not meant. Like, I've always, ever since I was a kid, I had a really sensitive scalp. Because I remember my mom would also send me to school with like pretty like hairstyles and stuff that were like tight, like French braids or something. And I'm like, I can't. It just hurts. Like, and it's obviously it's not just like a hair dyeing thing, because this is when I was a kid in elementary school before the bleaching took place. But like, I just always had a really sensitive scalp. I got a Discord notification. Haha. Tee. Let's do this. Also, now that I have a mark on me. I had to take my dogs to the groomer today, so maybe that's why. Little Gussie had to go to the groomer. He gotta get his hair done too. We're both getting our hair done today. But yeah, so I'm gonna let you guys know. I have this video that I have been like wanting to record. I have like a little notebook that I write some of my thoughts in when I'm like, I really want to record, but for some reason I just can't at this moment in time. And so for this time, I can't record because my hair was not dyed yet. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna do this video. That's kind of like a a big milestone, game changing. I feel like I need to look my best and be my best for this video, kind of thing. Because my hair was not quite up to what I wanted it to be, regularly. But I've had a little bit of an epiphany, I feel like. I've realized a couple things about myself when it comes to YouTube, because I'm giving you a little sneaky peeky here. But I'm gonna make this video where I sit down and like properly talk through my feelings with someone who became a YouTuber, a content creator, because she loved other content creators so much. And I'm not gonna lie, I used to be so passionate when I was younger. I used to be so passionate about YouTube, and I had such a good work ethic. Like, I was in high school working a job. Like, I would literally get off of school at like 3 o'clock and then like immediately have to drive to work and close. So like, I would work from like pretty much 3:30 to like close, which was 9. And I would still come home and film a video for YouTube. Like, I had 100 subscribers on my main channel at that time. Like, don't get me wrong, they were not good quality videos, nor were they entertaining. They're also gone because they were so bad. But like, some of them exist from that time period. But like, I had such a good work ethic, and for the longest time, I've kind of just been like, I don't understand what has happened to me with YouTube, because especially like main channel FaceTubey stuff, because I'm also a VTuber now, and I really love VTubing. Like, it's something that I started just as like a little hobby for my gaming channel, because for the longest time, my gaming channel was just a hobby. Like, it did not make money, and I never thought it would be making the same amount of money that like my main channel is, because honestly, like my VTuber channel gets a lot more, like, I would say, just like one-off type of tippy support things, because I'm a streamer, I guess. But maybe it's because I'm a VTuber streamer. But like I get memberships over there, which I struggle with the main channel, which I would love to see some memberships on the main channel. I'm gonna be so real, because that's the channel that I feel like really needs it, because a lot more work goes into it. But you know, it's one of those things where I'm like, I cannot believe that this little gaming channel that I've had that I never thought would be successful is like doing monetarily as well, almost as well as my main channel with 13K subscribers. Like, I've got like 2,500 subscribers on my gaming channel, and my main channel has 13K. So I'm like, you know, this definitely was just a hobby that I started, but it definitely morphed into something that I love doing. And I think you can tell, because I do a lot with my VTuber stuff. I absolutely love it. But, you know, like, this was my first passion, doing like YouTube properly, like a vlogger, like a kawaii vlogger. But one of the things that I have realized about it is, like, I've just been wondering to myself, like, why do I have such high work ethic for my gaming channel, my VTuber stuff, and not for the kawaii stuff that I used to absolutely adore, like stuff that I used to, like, you know, I would go to school, go to work, and then come home tired but still film a video, because I was posting 3 videos a week on my channel at the time. Like, where did this work ethic go? You know, like, what happened? Why can't I do that anymore? Like, why is my work ethic for my main channel and even sometimes this channel so bad? And I think I've realized it. And again, I'll flesh this out more in a proper sit down video where I talk through this. But I've really realized recently that in the VTuber sphere, at least, there's a lot of VTubers out there that I'm watching that inspire me. They are, you know, grinding, posting content. They inspire me, and they make me want to, you know, keep working and keep pushing harder. I see the stuff that they're doing, and I want to do that too. So it's pushing me to, you know, be creative and to keep, you know, just like posting and just be present as a VTuber. And one of the things that, and again, this is like no hate towards anyone, I just want to, you know, say that because, you know, when you're on a platform for a while, I don't think anyone expects, you know, YouTubers to, you know, do the same content or even honestly like stick around for the rest of their life. Like, YouTube just might not be the thing that certain people want to do for the rest of their life. And I've definitely realized this like shift in my mood when it comes to wanting to make content, because a lot of the creators that I used to watch, don't post anymore. Like, they are gone. They have wiped their entire social media page. I can't even take inspiration from them anymore, except for like, you know, photos and videos that people have like re-uploaded, which I don't love that. I hate when people re-upload other people's content, but like, there are some people who I used to absolutely love, like huge inspirations for me, who have completely wiped their content. That doesn't resonate with them, or they just don't enjoy that part of their life anymore, which fair, understandable. There's also creators that I used to love who I just don't resonate with anymore, for whether it be drama, whether it be they just don't post the same kind of content that they used to, and it's just not my thing, the new content that they do. You know, like, there's a multitude of reasons, but like, it's just like, I feel like I don't have anyone in my life, like content creator wise, who I'm watching and feeling inspired by, you know? I just feel like I've been trying to find kawaii creators who can give me those vibes, but I can't. I feel like I can't resonate with anyone, and it's been so hard to be creative because I can't, you know, like click with anyone, because the people that I do click with, they're gone. They're either gone or they make completely different like content now, and I just kind of like, I feel uninspired to make things because, you know, the people who I used to watch aren't around anymore, and I just kind of feel lost. I feel like that's the feeling that I've been feeling for a while without completely coming to terms with the way that I've been feeling, is that I just feel lost, you know, creatively lost, because, you know, it does kind of feel like, in a way, not parasocially, but, you know, it's like you lose a friend, you know? It's like creators who you really love, they just kind of disappear. It's like one day you're like, your internet friend disappears, you know? And it is kind of sad. It really is kind of sad, because I feel like, you know, especially some of the ones who have just like, you know, said like, okay, bye, like deleted everything. It does kind of feel like, wow, I feel like I have lost this person. Like, you know, this person doesn't have any social medias anymore, at least publicly, you know, like, it just feels like I've lost a friend. It's kind of depressing at times, because I'm like, wow, I miss this person, but they're gone. They are gone, and it's really sad. It's a really sad thing to come to terms with, and I think that's kind of where I have been with YouTube in the kawaii kind of sphere, because I feel like a lot of the like in-person face content creators that I used to really love, they are just kind of like lost friends now. And that is where I have realized that I could just do that, you know? I feel like I've been looking for people, and I can't find anyone who gives me that same vibe that I want from like the content creators I used to watch. So why don't I just do that? I've got a hair on my hand and it's driving me insane. But like, I'm like, why don't I just do that? Why don't I just become that? Like, not completely take over a person or anything, but why don't I try to make content that younger me would have liked to watch? I had to restart my camera, but yes, that is kind of where my thought process has been recently. And again, I'm gonna make a video kind of fleshing this out more, but I really feel like all of a sudden, now that I've had this epiphany, that I've come to understand this feeling, I am so much more motivated now, you know? And like, granted, there are a couple content creators who I can go back and I can watch their older videos, and like, I might not resonate with their new content, but they do have their older videos still up, and some just don't. So, you know, it's kind of hard, because I'm like, I want inspiration, and when people don't post anymore and you don't have inspiration anymore, it is kind of tough. But, you know, I think a big part of this is that I feel like I got really lazy with my content, especially like kawaii stuff. Like, I feel like I started moving away from like my kawaii stuff, because I'm like, well, I'm getting lazy, I'm gonna do my anime stuff, I'm not gonna dress up all the time, and part of me really missed that. Part of me would watch my videos and be like, wow, did you put in any effort, Em? Like, I don't even want to watch this. Like, how would a viewer want to watch this, you know? Like, I really miss a lot of the content that I used to do, and I'm not gonna lie, I feel like my brain is still in the content creator years of like 2016. Like, that was the it era of YouTube, and I am still there. I am still there with like the vloggy girlies who are like, this is what's in my bag, and like, these are my hauls, and like all this fun, like, you know, older kind of content stuff. I miss it. I really do miss it. I really miss that era of YouTube, especially for like the kawaii kind of girls and stuff. And like, I kind of want to, you know, bring that back a little bit in my own way. So just saying, you might see some channel stuff differing in 2026. It's gonna be the revamped year, apparently, of 2016. Oh my god, because like, genuinely, whenever I think about YouTube, that is the era. That is the era, I should say. That is the era I think of. There's so much hair on me right now. Disgusting. But like, that is what I think of. Like, when I think of like happy like YouTuber stuff, that is the era. Like, everyone going to VidCon and like doing collabs, like Zoella, Dan and Phil times, like At least those are the bigger ones that I watched at the time. But even like smaller content creators, you know, like that was just the perfect era for me. And I was just simply, this hair is on me. Oh my God, get it off. Help me, help me. Dear viewer, help me. Help me. Help me. Anyway, but like I don't know, it was the area that it was the era I wanted to be in, because I was too young. I was simply too young. I was in middle school during this time, and I'm not gonna lie, I think a big thing is that I will say I was too young, I feel like, to properly be a content creator. Like, I know people will say things like, oh, just start now. If you want to be a content creator, just start now. But definitely within the sphere that we're in, I think it's hard for, you know, middle schoolers and, like, you know, kids to be content creators. I'm gonna be so real. I would probably wait a couple years, because it is really hard, because there's so much, like, evil on the YouTube platforms and just social media in general. Like, people are evil people, like people who say the nastiest things, and especially about children. Like, I definitely feel like if there was like for example, I have some cousins who are like middle school age. I would not feel comfortable if they were like posting YouTube videos right now, because of just how evil the internet can be, especially if you have like videos that kind of pop off. Like, genuinely, the internet is a evil, mean, disgusting place. So like yeah, I would definitely say, like, you know, maybe wait or try to get like a parent or someone involved, even though, like, I don't know, I just feel like it's just such a hard time because, you know, of how, let's be so real, people are disgusting and vile. I just feel like it's a hard time. So like when I was in middle school, you know, like people always said like, oh, if you want to start YouTube content creation, just go ahead and do it. But I'm gonna be so real, like I am kind of glad that I waited till like late teens. I started posting on YouTube when I was 17, and I think that really helped. I think being a little bit older really helped, but I would definitely, you know, be very precautious with being a younger viewer and doing YouTube stuff in this day and age, because there are creepy people everywhere, and it's very nasty out here. Like, even some of the stuff that adults have to tackle, like, people are just disgustingly mean. People are so mean for what are you accomplishing by being so mean to people you've never met before? Like, the space is very, very different. I will say that. The space feels very different. Not to say that there wasn't like hate and like online, like, you know, just like bullying and horrible people back in like the 2016 era of YouTube. Look at all that conditioner. But like, no, it's just, I feel like the hate online has gotten so much worse. So much worse. And I'm a big advocate for saying to people that if you feel like you need to do something, turn off comments or like, you know, whatnot to feel safe, go ahead and do it. Also, I'm gonna wash my hands off real quick. But yeah, like we were saying, I just feel like the internet just keeps getting horrible. I would really love to see like the actual platforms and companies do something about it, instead of just, you know, mandating like, you know, you do what you want to do with your channel, you know. I would love to see, like, especially with all the YouTube stuff going on with like age verification and like the AI bots and stuff, I would love to see YouTube actually step it up and do something actually good and like put in, like, if not bots or something, to just like actually do a good job of protecting people online. Like, if you see nasty comments, you know, like automatically flag and delete them, you know. Like, it might be a harder thing to do. I am not a programmer or anything like that, so maybe it's not the easiest thing in the world to do, but like, you know, at least maybe flag comments more. I feel like YouTube and the bots that they have now, they do not do a very good job of like flagging actual heinous comments. Like, I've actually seen some on my channel that have been withheld that aren't even bad. Like, there is no cuss words. They are literally just talking about like magical girls or something, and they get held for review by me, and it's like, that's so weird. That is just so weird. Absolutely weird. Absolutely weird. And like, the only time, which is actually recently, the only time that YouTube has ever auto held a comment and showed me like, hey, this one actually has some foul, like, bad stuff in it, I was like, whoa, you actually did your job for once, YouTube. Which was actually on like one of my magical girl videos recently. It was on the main channel video talking about like society magical girl stuff, like, are magical girls good for society? There was a comment where someone was heavily sexualizing one of the magical girls featured in my video. Like, you know, teenage girl just saying like disgusting things of what they would do to them. And I'm like, this is absolutely vile. So like, props YouTube for actually doing something and holding that comment. Because I feel like that is not one that I would want to even expose viewers to. It was so disgusting. So like, YouTube is definitely a different place. But again, I think we the content creators and we the viewers can make it a better place. This shirt is covered, not in hair dye, but in conditioner. So I'm going to let this sit for probably about like an hour or two, because there are some patchy places that just need to be pinkified. So we're going to wait. It is going to absolutely be the electric part when it comes out. It is very vibrantly, like, very pink, very orangey, vibrant pink when it comes out, which I kind of love. I love that. But anyway, I will see you guys after my shower, and probably honestly finish up when my hair and makeup is done for a little like tee-hee, haha, bye-bye. So I will see you guys then. And so this is the hair after we have done it. It's actually been a couple days. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot to do this. So the color has kind of faded just a little bit, but she is pink again. And I do have a little bit of a plan for a change in the future when it comes to my hair. So I'm going to actually let it get a little bit white pinky again, because I have to, for a specific color that I want to put into my head. But anyway, this is how I do my usual pink and whatnot. So if you guys enjoyed our little yap and chat, then please drop a subscribe. I am trying to get this channel to monetization. We are so close. We just need watch time hours. So if you enjoy this one, check out a couple other videos on my channel as well. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!